Well, I have a business consulting firm which has been there for 17 years, and my firm SMG supports and empowers Indian enterprise to become successful in the world markets, to become globally competitive, competent, and identify an opportunity to be a global industry leader. You got it?
So, what message would you like to give us, our management faculty and the students?
One of the things that I have observed is that, every country has a very strong national passion, and we would like to think in terms of how we can help enhance the stature of our country, both economically, socially, and politically. Like you just heard, what kind of opportunities we have as a nation, and with the power of the GDP that we have. I look at it in a different way. GDP is a reflection of the power of consumers to spend, right? And if the power of consumer continues to grow to spend, as the world is getting more global, then a very large chunk of that money that is spent by the consumers goes to the biggest enterprise. And most biggest enterprise in the world today do not include an Indian brand, right?
Yes.
So whereas it may be a matter of pride to feel that the world is looking at India in order to, with a view to invest in, the other way to look at it is that what is the economic power that the Indian enterprise is gaining in the global market because of this growth. And the reality is that it's very little, because there aren't too many Indian enterprises even till now who have been able to compete with the top world brand leaders. Yeah, you getting my point?
Yes.
As a result, 30 years down the line, we could be 7 trillion economy if you want to expect or hope that. I think it will be somewhere around 3 trillion or so. But the fact is that if that advantage does not result in Indian companies taking a bigger stake in the global markets, what has it brought to the industry as such? So industry do you expect the industry to continue to be collaborated with international companies for technology support, for growth, and Indian enterprise remaining just within the India, so they don't understand what markets like Argentina are, what markets like Gambia or Afghanistan or Nigeria are. So fine, we are growing, we are evolving as an industry, but is our enterprise, the Indian economy, taking a greater stake in the global marketplace?
So can you
That is the big question.
a few steps for us as students and youngsters, to what
To
steps
think,
should we
to think globally. To think globally, you study the same thing as somebody studies in Harvard or Wharton, right? It's nothing different. But when somebody studies in Harvard, Wharton, they don't think of the knowledge from the perspective of the American market. They relate it to the world market. But most often in India, the students tend to apply that only to the Indian market. Okay, Indian market is large, it's huge, so therefore it has enormous capacity to consume more resources, and therefore would like to, a lot of people will be excited in entering that market. But then, can you be a strong stakeholder in the world if your vision is limited only to India? You getting my point?
Yes.
So what would you do as a student? What would be a better vision for you as a student? Just as the Harvard student is applying those principles, that knowledge of management to the world at large, you should be doing the same thing. So that you can compete not just in India as a professional, but you can compete anywhere in the world.
Yes. Thank you so much.
what I-
Thank you so much.